Thank you for joining us, everybody. This is Ultra Maximus. Welcome to the Wednesday night comic book presser found on the Flipside channel. Happy New Comic Book Wednesday, everybody. Hope you found the books you're looking for. So, hey, everybody. Ultra Maximus here. Thank you all again for joining us this evening as we do a wonderful New Comic Book Day review of all the new books on the Wednesday night comic book presser here on Flipside channel. I am Ultra. How y'all doing? And just wanted to give you guys a little reminder. You can also find me over on my own YouTube channel. Please be sure to give me a subscription over there. We're on our way to 1,000. I'm at 333. So we are exactly 33% there. You can also find me over there on IG as well as Facebook as well as the old Twitter. Here's all my handles. All right, everybody. You guys ready to rock and roll? I hope you are. Let's see what we got going on. We got some comments in the chat. What's up, newbie? Thanks for joining us here this evening. Good to see you, man. And everybody else, I hope you're all ready to get this review done. So let's get it rocking. Back to full screen. All right. So, spoilers ahead. I don't need to remind you. Here we go. So, you guys want to know what the runner-up, well, basically the honorable mention of the book of the week was? Well, that was Taskmaster number 3. Started noticing some good sales once some word got out about there being a first appearance in the book, plus maybe something else. We'll see. But here's your book of the week, everybody. And if you slept on these two books, and that is your Future State Teen Titans number 1 second print and your Future State Teen Titans number 2 variant, well, if you didn't pre-order, you probably had a little bit of trouble. And I know those pre-sales were pretty good on this as well. But the amount of sales does not actually warrant the position. It's just what I see as a market. But anyway, let's check out the new books from this week, everybody. So we got it from Ablaze up first. We've got the Gung Ho Sexy Beast number 2. There's your cover A by Walking Dead's very famous Charlie Adlard. And there's your cover B, Craig Davidson. Your cover C. Your cover D. Your 10-copy Virgin incentive. And your 20-copy Virgin incentive. And then your 30-copy Adlard negative incentive. I don't know what's all this negative stuff lately, but anyway, we need to turn that around to a positive space. How about that? Aftershock delivering us Knock 'em Dead number 3. That's a pretty cool looking cover. Red Atlantis number 4. Scout's Honor number 2. Up next from Ahoy, Happy Hour number 4, and this is the this is the morning after drunken chat. That's what this is. Shout out to Mighty Mel V and the drunken chat crew. All right, so we got more from Albatross Books this week. King Tank Girl number 3. There's your cover A by Parson. There is your cover B, which is your cardstock variant. American Mythology Productions gives us the Three Stooges. And here we've got Through the Ages, number 1, cover 1 of 100 Century Edition. There's your cover A. There's your cover B, photo variant. There is another photo variant, which is your limited black and white photo. And then there was also this other one that they had listed that I didn't get a good picture of, unfortunately. And this is the Three Stooges TV time set LaRoque signed. So, some signed property for y'all. Archie Comics. We've got Archie and Friends Guide to Dating. World of Betty and Veronica Jumbo Comics Digest number 2. Artists, Writers, and Artisans. Casual Fling number 1, cover A. Casual Fling number 1, cover B. Diodato in the House. Erratic number 3. Humanoids. Space Bastards number 2. Keen Spot. Junior High Horrors Strangest Thingies number 1. Oh, such a Stranger Things swipe. And then there's the cover B, which is a Little Shop of Horrors swipe. And I gotta give it to him. As far as the cover homages right there, that's some pretty funny stuff. And yeah, so moving on up for Mad Cave. And Honor and Curse number 8. Knights of the Golden Sun number 10. Oni Press. Vane number 5. Scout Comics. Children of the Grave number 2. Recount number 1, second printing. Stabbity Bunny Dark Origins edition. And that is, honestly, look at that cover. That's pretty sick. Junior High Horror Strangest Thingies number 1, cover B, Little Shop. Oh, look at that. That's not actually what that is. But White Ash Presents Galarian one-shot cover A is what that is supposed to say. You know, I proofread as much as I possibly can, and I guess one always seems to get by, and for that I apologize. But again, I am a one-man army over here. But nonetheless, Scoot is the younger imprint over at Scout. The Map Maker number 1. Pretty cool looking little book. Titan Comics. Doctor Who, number 4, cover A. Got a cover B, which is a photo variant. Cover C. Huh. This one's cool. Ginseng Roots number 8. Vault. Vault gives us Devil's Red Bride number 5. And there's your cover B. We also get Heavy number 5. And there's your cover A. And then kind of like a negative space variant, but mostly red and kind of wicked looking. Here's your cover B. I Walk with Monsters number 1. And this is your second print cover. And then I Walk with Monsters number 3 was also out today, making that first print a searchable item if you were looking in the stores. Because if a second print's out, you might want to be looking for that first print. But there was also a cover B by Hickman. And then we also had Wasted Space number 19. All right, everybody. And then up for our final of the smaller indies is Zenoscope. And they give us the Grim Spotlight Black Knight versus Lord of Flies cover A. Grim Spotlight Black Knight versus Lord of Flies cover B. And Grim Spotlight Black Knight versus Lord of Flies cover C. Woo! All right, let's take a look at the chat real quick. We just rounded out all that stuff. I see we're filling up here. We got tons of people up in here. What's up, Newbie Comics? And yeah, that is right. 33%, man. We're there. Patrick, thank you for joining us here this evening. Really appreciate you joining. Let's see who else we got up in here. Mr. Hurd, thank you for joining us live, man. Really appreciate seeing you. And everybody needs to go give Hurd S. Eric a follow over on IG. He's responsible for that graphic that you were looking at on the screen right now. Mr. Dwayne Scott, thank you for joining us. Mr. Howard, thank you for also coming in. Yo, man, JJ, even though you just subbed, man, don't worry about it, man. Look, again, I do low-key stuff over on my own YouTube, but we're on Flipside right now, so we're doing big things here. And Newbie doing some big things, too. Can't sell this for $10. I don't know what that is. For shame, JJ. Don't worry about it, man. Red Hood, good to see you up in here, too, man. And look, I know you guys got a lot going on, and I really want to give everybody a shout out as much as possible. But let's be honest. This is the presser. I drink my coffee after it's being pressed. And I do believe I ordered the large, and they still sent me this one. Anyway, guys, let's get back into it. Let's kick it because we're at Dark Horse. We got a couple of good things, and then we got some good segments, and I got a giveaway tonight because I know everybody likes giveaways. Who doesn't like giveaways? So Dark Horse Comics decided to grace us with another round of Black Hammer. All right, so you got a Black Hammer cover A, cover B, and then this was the incentive. And I can't believe I left this on the shelf. It was like $8, and I should have probably picked it up, but I didn't. But anyway, Critical Role Vox Machina Origins 3, number 1. Fear Case, number 1, second print. And Neil Gaiman, Norse Mythology, number 5, cover A. And there is your cover B by Mac. Always with those watercolors. That is amazing. True Lives, Fabulous Killjoys, National Anthem, number 5. True Lives, Fabulous Killjoys, National Anthem, number 5, cover B. And there's your cover C. Dynamite. Yeah, not bad. It's okay. Yeah, pretty good. I like Linzer. Cosplay. All these are Deja Thoris number 10s, by the way. And then there's your limited virgin cover. Another limited virgin cover. A red line variant. Another limited virgin cover. And there's probably a bunch more, but you know what? I only took the ones from previews, and I didn't actually go diving into the variant list because I could be here for an hour copying those. And I think you guys would rather just see the basic cover. So listen, we all know Dynamite has a ton of covers that they put out for every one of their books, and some of these are pretty sick. But if you are the follower of Dynamite books and you want some of the exclusives, you really need to get to your store. Some of these have a retail price of $50. And they can order the incentives, I think, directly, some of the limited covers. But you have to talk to your store about it. But I'm doing my best to show you as many as I possibly can. But sometimes some of the art isn't available. Sometimes they like to mix up the release dates a little bit. But I'm going to do what I can, coming with previews as my supplier of information on these. But Red Sonja and the Superpowers number 2. I mean, she's got a superhero team. And what was the Sonja-verse? Was also another one they got going on. But this right here is pretty cool. Red Sonja Valentine Special one shot. There's your cover A by Linzer. This one's here pretty cool too. Classic throwback to old school love story comics and stuff like that. And believe me, I don't like Red Sonja books at all, but I would buy this. Anyway, we got tons of cosplay. They do look good. And then of course we've got Vampirella with a FOC bonus cover. Perillo. More. I mean, like I said, this can just go on and on and on. But some of these are pretty cool. Well, let me back up real quick because this was another FOC bonus variant. And your store had to click the FOC bonus in order to be able to get it in time for today's release. So, again, a ton of Vampirella books, a ton of Red Sonja books. Dynamite does their thing. I'm not going to knock them. They're just so many. Now, at the time of going live with this broadcast, a lot of places didn't have a slide here, and you'll see which one it was. I had to improvise. But anyway, up for Boom, we've got Last Witch number 2. There's your cover A. Next up is your cover B. And then there was a incentive, a 25 copy retail incentive by Glass. And I believe that is your cover A. All right. So this book right here, lots of controversy about this one. Previous issue, Mighty Morphin number 3, the 1 in 100 Derek Chew variant. They said it's possibly the rarest Power Rangers book, according to Boom. You know, that's Boom telling you. But Mighty Morphin number 4, cover B, there's your legacy. There's your pink variant. And then, of course, you know, you got your incentives, which is basically your virgins of the cover A. Here's your 25 copy Peach Momoko. Here's your 50 copy incentive by Peach Momoko. Now here, next slide, I had to improvise. So you have to look real closely. I don't know if you can squint. You see half of the Ranger mask is removed, and it reveals the identity of the new Green Ranger, who is also here on the 1 in 200 variant. And that's Kimberly's new boyfriend. So he first appears as the Green Ranger in Mighty Morphin Power Rangers number 55, which is the previous volumes before they split off into Power Rangers and Mighty Morphin. So it's kind of like, it's really funny. It's kind of like Uncanny X-Men and X-Men. This is the split. So now they got multiple teams. But yeah, so this guy is apparently doing big things over for the Boom people. You know, if you're a Mighty Morphin Power Rangers fan, then I don't know how you're going to do it, but good luck chasing these high incentive variants. And if you're after them, you know, just hopefully you can get in on them really, really good. And hopefully you collect other books and you're flipping other things to, you know, warrant that if they do tank. Because I got a bunch of Transformers books that are worthless, but they're priceless to me. You know what I mean? But anyway, we got a ton more books. Orcs number 1. Orcs number 1, Sweeney Boo variant edition. Origins number 4. And then here's your 10 copy incentive. Over the Garden Wall, Soulful Symphonies number 1, NYCC 2019 Convent. And then a whole mess of 7 Secrets. So here's the thing. I actually haven't read 7 Secrets. Have any of you? If you've read 7 Secrets, why don't you leave me a comment below and let me know why I should be reading it? Because right now, what I'm about to show you is a bunch of printings. So 7 Secrets number 1 did a 5th print. 5th. 7 Secrets number 2 is at a 3rd print. 7 Secrets number 3 is at a 3rd print. 7 Secrets number 4 is at a 2nd print. 7 Secrets number 5 is at a 2nd print. 7 Secrets number 6 is at a 2nd print. And those are all released today. So get at me and let me know what's up with 7 Secrets and if I should be checking that series out, because it's definitely not something I'm reading. It's really long. It was really long. Let's see here. I'm not sure I buy the argument from some that Power Rangers can be as big as something like Turtles. TMNT has the long comic lineage. Hey, JJ, I tell you, man, I worked at a comic/toy store, and you would be surprised how much Power Rangers fans love that show. Came on a little bit late for me. It came on in my high school years, so it wasn't really like something that I was like really super into. Like later on in life, once I got Netflix, I could like fast forward through all the teen drama stuff and just show me the Zords, show me the fight, and I'm good. So if you ever have to watch Power Rangers on Netflix, you just want to catch up on things, you can watch like the first intro. You can fast forward until they basically they morph, and then they fight the person, and then they call the Zords. So it's actually a good time, and you can actually fast forward through a season like that. But we're gonna move on from that. Some people really, really say high things, speak very highly about that Rangers series. But other than that, that's the last book for Boom. So now we're cooking, everybody. We're getting into the bigger publishers, and let's get these knocked out so we can get into some content. So tonight we got Comic Book History of Animation number 3 from over at IDW Publishing, of course. Comic Book History cover B. G.I. Joe Real American Hero 278 cover A. And check this out. The cover B, also not too shabby. And then you ready for this? The 1 in 10 incentive, I got to say, really also really not bad. You know, I've been watching, there's a 24-hour Hasbro channel on YouTube where you can actually watch G.I. Joe. So I don't know if you guys knew about that. If you didn't, go check it out. For all you G.I. Joe fans, that's definitely a good time for you. And let's see what else we got here. So GIG also had a Real American Hero yearbook #1 over at IDW. Goosebumps Secrets of the Swamp #5. Judge Dredd False Witness #4. Judge Dredd False Witness #4. 10 copy incentive. John Boy Myers. So this is probably going to be one of those obscure variants that people are going to chase for John Boy. But good luck to you if you got one today, because that's a pretty sick looking Dredd cover if you ask me, and I don't even read Judge Dredd. Scarlet Hood #4 by Nick Roche. Star Trek Voyager 7's Reckoning #4 of the 4-issue miniseries, final issue. We got a photo cover variant for cover B, and then honestly, you got to go back and you got to check out this 1 in 10 incentive and all the other 1 in 10s as well for this series. The 1 in 10s on this series are all dope. And I don't even like Star Trek comics either. I don't even collect them myself. So it's just really, really clearly built for fan base. Oh, look, JJ talk about, but clearly there's a fan base. So it's crazy, man. You know, like you really don't know. You really don't know what there's a fan base for. So, but anyway, Turtles, kind of a big book this week. I didn't get to make the slides I wanted to, but I did get to flip through this one real quick. TMNT #114's cover A. Background of the cover A. Here's your 1 in 10. And the reason why I did it in this order is a very specific reason. So IDW did not release this next cover image until after release day. So they were trying to keep it from being spoilerific, but it's like they were already on the cover. You introduced them last issue. But there's your Eastman cover B variant. So I will say this. 1 in 10s are cool, but the artwork on this cover B is probably going to outweigh the 1 in 10. The same was probably going to go for issue 113 of Turtles. For all you people specking on Turtles, I'd be looking for those issues in your back issue bins at this moment. And then, of course, the new ones that came out today, if you are able to hit up the store tomorrow. Transformers Escape #2 of 5, cover A. And then we've got the 10 copy incentive. Oh, that's not the 10 copies. Editorial mistakes. There's your cover B. Here is your Transformers Escape 10 copy incentive. And look at me duplicating slides and not editing words. Oh, I'm so sorry to let you guys down like that. Birthright #46 up for Image. Bliss #5 of an 8-issue miniseries. Commanders in Crisis #5 of a 12-issue miniseries. And we've got a few covers for this one. There's your cover A, your cover B. Now your cover C, your cover D. And then we have your Haha #1, second printing. Homesick Pilots #3, cover A. Homesick Pilots #3, cover B. Homesick Pilots #3, cover C. Kick-Ass versus Hit Girl #4 of 5. There's your cover B, black and white John Romita Jr. Low #26. More low, more low. All right, so here's the launch of the new superhero universe for Image with Radiant Black #1. There's your cover A. I'm sorry, I had to sip the coffee for a second there, fellas and ladies and everybody else. Radiant Black #1, cover B. Cover C. All right, so here's your 10 copy incentive. There's your 25 copy incentive. There is your 50 copy incentive. And I don't know if you guys check out stuff on my channel, but I did talk about this book. Reminder. Now I'm not hating. All right. So I'm not hating the hustle, that anybody's got out there for doing a store variant. All right. Cause there's store variants I like, but I want you as the collector to know if you are purchasing incentive variants on any book from most publishers, that have an incentive variant to it, they are also getting the variant at ratio that they order. So let's say somebody does an image variant where they do 500 copy minimum, because that's the minimum an image right now. Well, they're going to get the 1 in 50 at ratio. So just keep that in mind when you're out there shopping for this Radiant Black. They should be plentiful at this moment. I don't know how much of a hit it's going to be. You also know that image properties can be like fire. And of course, sometimes they can be total dead weight. So be careful out there, everybody. I don't want you guys to get stuck holding the bag. I know we all get holding the bag every now and then, but this looks like a cool book. But again, there are store variants out there. So if you are chasing this 1 in 50, buy right. And then, of course, I don't think that's it from Image. I think we've got more. We have more. Undiscovered Country, number 12. And then here's your cover B. All right, now we're up to DC. So DC had kind of a big week, with the old Teen Titans thing. And American Vampire 1976, number 5 of 9. Cover A, cover B. This one was very unique. It also had an $8.99 cover price, which if you're into any of the other Future State books, that shouldn't surprise you one bit. Because here we have the Future State Dark Detective number 3. There's your cover A by Dan Mora. And then, of course, this one's actually pretty cool. The Lee Bermejo one, where it's Batman versus Batman. Fantastic. Future State Green Lantern number 2. And then there's your cover B Jamal Campbell cardstock variant. Future State Justice League number 2. Yeah, I was going to get it, but no, I put it back. Shame on me. And then there's the cardstock variant. This one I did pick up. However, I got something to say about these second prints, and we'll talk about them here in a little bit. Future State Kara Zor-El Superwoman number 1 second printing. And then the number 2 cover A and cover B. And that Garner variant all was delivered on both the first print and second print, or number 1 and number 2. I'm sorry. Future State Robin Eternal number 2 of 2. There's the cover B. Future State Superman Wonder Woman number 2. There's your Dodson variant. Future State Teen Titans number 1 second printing. Future State Teen Titans number 2 there's your cover A. And then Future State Teen Titans number 2 cover B. Who picked up this book this week? Leave me a comment below if you picked up the Future State Teen Titans number 2. And honestly, I'd like to hear your best argument for why the multiple panels in Future State Teen Titans number 1, him speaking to, that it's not his first appearance. If you leave me a comment below, let me know why. I'd really like to know. Not in the live chat tonight. I know most of my advanced listeners tonight know what's going on there, but I really would like to know why people are trying to say that issue 2 is his first. I know he's on the cover, but he's also on the cover of the second print of the issue number 1, which was released the same day. Come on now. I think DC played that one right. But something I want to point out, I went through stacks of these second prints today. And the reason why I had to go through stacks of them, something's up with DC's folding machine. If you look at the spines on a lot of these Future State books where it has the colored border, you can actually see it. You have the spine, and then there is a fold and another break. Spine breaks that run pretty much almost the entire length of the spine. So here we go. We got a good question here. Bigger question. Is second print number 1 first cover? I believe it is. And it ties with the number 2, but because he's in the book and it's his first appearance, you have another box checked. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like the scenario where Venom number 3, cover A. Null's not on the cover. Venom number 4, Null's on the cover. That's technically Null's first cover. Predates Venom 3 third print, I'm sure. So there's a lot of a lot of things out there that people like to pick and choose, and I get it. You like to believe in what you believe in, but it's like this is more panels than Gambit and X-Men Annual 14. I'm calling it that. So, but anyway, let's move on, guys. We got a lot more to get through because we're only at DC. We still got to get through Marvel, and then I got stuff to talk about. But I'm excited that you all are with me here tonight. The next book was the Future State Flash #1 second print, and then Green Lantern Season 2 #11. So we're back. And then there's your cover B by Phil Jimenez. Rorschach #5. And then there's your cover B. I really love the Watchmen homage style here. Sweet Tooth: The Return #4. And that's a wrap for DC. All right, everybody. Now we're into the Marvel section, and then we get to the goods and the guts. And we're going to talk about the giveaway I got tonight. There's going to be 2 spots, 2 books given away, 2 different people, 2 different winners. And if you want to know how to win, stay tuned. Up for Marvel, we've got Amazing Spider-Man #56, second printing. And you know what? The second printing variant is way better than the initial artwork they showed for it, which was just a red recolored, regular reprint. Amazing Spider-Man #59. And then the Avengers Mech Strike variant. Basically, Spider-Man Hulkbuster. Marvel Masterworks variant. And then this one I thought was pretty cool. The negative variant, Mr. Negative variant. Daredevil #27. This one had a couple of cool variants. Or one. The Masterworks variant. Eternals #2. And then we've got a bunch of variants for this one. Headshot variant here. Ribic design variant. And then here is your 1 in 25 Jimenez variant. Excalibur #18. And then the Daughterman variant for this one. Fantastic Four #29. King in Black tie-in. And there's your Marvel Masterworks variant featuring the Invisible Woman. King in Black #1, second printing. King in Black #2, second printing. And these aren't too shabby. King in Black, Black Panther #1. Got an Epting variant for that one. King in Black, Thunderbolts #2. And there's your Chiquetto variant. Morbius Bond of Blood #1. Power Pack #3. Darth Vader #10. And then here we've got the Darth Vader Empire Strikes Back variant. Star Wars High Republic #1, third print. Will it go the distance? Will it go the full 6? Sword #3. And the Sword #3 variant cover. 1 in 25. Taskmaster #3. And then the Taskmaster #3, 1 in 25 Davis variant. Wolverine Black, White, and Blood #3 of 4. There's your Clark variant. And X-Force #17. We made it. We made it, everybody. So let me go check in on you guys over here in the chat and see what's going on, see what you think about all the new releases today. Was there something that you think I should have picked up? Leave me a comment below. Is there something that I missed, which shouldn't be, unless it was a Dynamite book that I didn't put on the list there? Leave me a comment below. Let me know. But of course, I hope you guys are sharing in this video with your friends and letting them know where to get the best information. Even though I go last and it's after new comic release day, most of you guys who are chasing a variant, you already know about these. This show is definitely going to be a little bit more for the people who might not be able to get out on a Wednesday, might not be able to get out until Friday, and they want to know if there's any speculation related item that they might want to check into. And that's what I'm hoping to be able to bring you guys. So let's take a look at some of this stuff here. So we got a little giveaway tonight from Wanna Comics. And what is that giveaway, you ask? We've got this. This is your giveaway this evening, everybody. So I'll tell you a little bit more on how to win this one. Keep watching for details, okay? Because I want you all to have a chance, and there's 2 chances to win, so I try to make it twice as nice. And I want to give a shout out to Wanna Comics, everybody, because wannacomics.com is one of the finest places for exclusive comic books. You guys have broken their servers multiple times trying to purchase stuff, and don't think we haven't noticed. Pretty cool, though. And let's get into other news. So in other news, there was something that popped up on my radar, and I had to verify it. And I went right to the source, right to the person that wrote it. All right, everybody, let's talk about it. Peach Momoko has stated that the X-Men Demon Day Psylocke is neither Betsy nor Quanon. She is Psy, S-A-I. So we have a third Psylocke, everybody. Well, if you want to call it that. So what we have here is a situation where Peach Momoko has stated that she is neither person, and she has created her own Momoko-verse. Yeah, you heard that right. So your Demon Days X-Men number 1 in 500 Momoko design variant. I guess it's the first appearance of the Momoko-verse characters. You know, and it's for me, look, anybody can spin a positive on that one and say it's the first appearance of the Momoko-verse stuff. But for me, I was kind of hoping for a awesome either Betsy Braddock story as Psylocke or a Quanon story as Psylocke, because let's just be honest, the Psylocke stuff is legit. So we now have a whole bunch of covers, including a Campbell cover. And look, I get it. If you guys are into that kind of stuff, maybe you should also check out the X-Men Mangaverse. Yeah, not my cup of tea. But you know what? Want to give a shout out to Mighty Mel V, who's been on this Moon Girl train since way back in the UD days. Moon Girl Devil Dinosaur series will star Diamond White as lead, but not only that, it includes Lawrence Fishburne as the Beyonder. And this is fantastic news because Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur, I'm telling you, Mel is right. Mel has been on point with a lot of the variants on that book. And there's a lot of other rarities that are actually in that run, but there's so much going on in that run. There are so many first appearances. So good luck to you guys out there. If you've been specking on Moon Girl, you may have actually come to your time. So this one was kind of cool too. So Zack Snyder's Justice League showed us a little bit of a preview of what happens to Jared Leto's Joker. Look at this. All right. So I see it more as getting closer and closer to a homage, like closer towards like what Heath Ledger's Joker looked like. So I respect it. I really, really do. I'm excited to see what this may bring us. But let's just also say there was some other news as far as if you are fitting the descriptions that they're looking for, there's an open casting call out there for Paper Girls right now. So that's a property that a lot of people really, really like. Brian K. Vaughan wrote it. Shout out to the comic book women who actually just had a really big topic on this last night. So if you don't not watching Comic Book Women, that is also on this Flipside channel. They are on Tuesday nights at 9 p.m. You should definitely check them out. So subscribe. Make sure you subscribe to them. So, all right, guys. Well, that was some other news. Some weird stuff. And then let's see here. Let's see. Oh, Darth Lopez. I'm so sorry, my man. I'm so sorry. I really, really am. So it'll probably be a cool story, like Dr. Lovebox says. But she's getting like it's like a mini series or whatever. But we'll see. It's the Momoko verse. So welcome to the Momoko verse. Let's see here. Black Goliath is secretly the Beyonder. Anyway, that Paper Girls thing is really old. Well, someone shared it, so I thought I'd reshare it. Months ago, too. Oh, well, you know what? I may be sharing old news, so pardon me. I try to get you guys the new stuff, and sometimes I mess it up. But you know what? Sometimes I read some books, and sometimes I get to talk about those. So this week's recommended reads that you read, did you read that last part right, or should I read it again? Cheeky name. Spoilers afoot. Y'all better be ready. So, yeah. Checking out issues of Sword. My man Manifold right here does what he always does. He goes everywhere. Manifold basically is everywhere all at once, and it's pretty wild to watch him and his power. But this issue of Sword is pretty much dedicated to his point of view. There's a story related to him. I really highly recommend you read the breakdown that is on that splash page involving Manifold. But let's just say Manifold is aboard here looking for some things. And everybody says that Manifold doesn't teleport. He does much more than that. But that's what the file says. So everybody thinks Manifold can't teleport. But in actuality, Manifold can for sure teleport. And then, of course, Henry Gyrick. Henry Gyrick betrays the mutants? Are you kidding? I mean, who would have saw that coming? I saw it coming a million miles away, to be honest. But if you take a look at the background in the scene here, we have Earth completely covered in the nullified goo. And Henry Gyrick is on the space station talking about humanity is second, and it's not even close. And then basically Manifold sneaks in and steals this file, takes a look at the Orcus protocol, and refers everything back to Abigail Brand because he's like, oh, crap. Henry Gyrick sold us out. You don't say. And Abigail Brand is all like, we got bigger fish to fry. And Manifold's like, what are you talking about? We've still got a nullified cable. So look, everybody went gaga over a nullified Daredevil, but nobody gave a crap about the nullified cable. Like, come on, man. All right, so cable's still nullified as of Sword issue 3. We'll see what happens. I guess we'll check back next issue as we approach, closer towards the end of King and Black. Next up on my reads that I got in today, and the reason why I chose this cover is just because it is all about Mr. Negative. And Mr. Negative does move the needle here in Negative Space Part 2. And this is pretty wild to see him talking about the name that he has is not his name. It's the name he took of somebody who he killed. And then Mr. Negative, of course, is that essence that's out there waiting for him, joins with him, turns him back into Mr. Negative, and there you have it. Mr. Negative, of course, then reluctantly turns himself into the police and Mr. Mayor Fisk, only to be backroomed out of his handcuffs and said, hey, yeah, you're going to go into business, but you're going to have competition. Y'all waiting for this one, weren't you? Of course I did my homework. I wouldn't dream of coming to class without doing my homework before I came to see you guys. So I want to point out some things here, and I'm not downplaying anybody else's spec. All right, on my own pickup video, I said something about the dude having powers, and then somebody explained it to me the way it all works. So shout out to Dollar Bin for giving me the breakdown. So basically, Dial H for Hero has been hacked. All right. Now, the hacking happened in the previous issue, I believe, or where they showed it. Or it happened earlier in this issue. But either way, the Dial H for Hero has been hacked. And now all of these heroes come out. Red X gets cut. Basically, all this stuff's going down again. But I want to point out one key element, and that is this right here. He was also telling us something important about the Heroverse, something X and the other kids found out the night they hacked the H-dial. Red X was in the room the night they hacked the H-dial. So after this panel right here, we actually see Raven get scooped up by Shazam, and basically she possesses everybody else with the spirit too and takes control of them, and then Shazam runs through and tries to save her and say, so we're going to find out more when Titans Academy resumes. So the Red X reveal is still very much up in the air. Next up on the reads list was Taskmaster number 3. And in this one, we see Taskmaster. All right. So he's on the phone with Nick Fury, speaking Arabic while he's with a bunch of South Koreans, telling them that he's selling them things that's going to give them the strength of 10 men and a bunch of superpowers. And then he basically shrinks out of there using a bootleg Pym belt and our brand new first appearance right here. So this is our first appearance guy, and I wrote down his name because I don't actually have the book in hand. I actually had to order my copy of the variant, and the variant was actually doing pretty well earlier today. So that's one of those things. So basically, this superhero pops in after Taskmaster makes himself real small. He takes care of all the thugs. The thug thought he had superpowers, punches him, breaks his hand, basically. All of them are getting transported back to whatever facility they are, being held in here in South Korea. So Taskmaster, apparently not ant-sized, but small enough that this guy didn't notice him. But that's kind of weird because he's huge. He's like you wouldn't notice a wasp, like a king-size wasp trying to sting you on the neck, because I would. But anyway, this superhero guy with his superhuman strength and his flight and all his abilities doesn't notice Ant-Man sitting there and flies back to headquarters, meets with the director of the South Korean intelligence. Taskmaster jumps off of him and crawls into the vent. While he's in the vent, he's overhearing them talk about some stuff going on, and it's going to set up the stuff that's taking place in this miniseries as far as Maria Hill and Black Widow and some other things. And so he's sitting there and he's chilling, but then his belt starts beeping and they both hear him in there, and he starts to run, and he tries to use heat vision on him, and she yells at him for trying to destroy the place. So in the next scene, Taskmaster's breaking out through the vent. He's getting bigger again, only to be met by White Fox, who's actually the director that our new superhero went and met with. And White Fox and him have a little battle where he throws it to him, and he throws her the same way Captain America threw him that one time. So there's some pretty good jokes in this panel on that page on the right there. Really, really good stuff. And then what the heck? I thought I had more. Did I have more? Nope. Yeah, Black Widow basically shows up, and that's what happens there. So I hope I didn't screw up and put those pages someplace else. But Excalibur was my next read. Saturnine is still very much sulking after the post-X of Swords and the not getting Captain Avalon to be her lover. But she did restore Betsy Braddock to life, and Betsy Braddock basically wound up as the Queen of England last issue, something real weird. But she shows up here. Rogue's real concerned. She wants to, she's asking Rachel to read her mind, and Rachel's like, no, I'm not going to do that. But here, you can have some of my powers and get used to it. So Rogue absorbs a little bit of telepathy going on. And this issue is really mostly about Rogue. Rogue gets confronted by Emma for not telling her that Betsy was back, and everybody's real concerned that Betsy is actually Betsy. So a lot of stuff takes place in this issue that, you just got to read. And then we get to a point where we think that she may not be Betsy, because her niece sees her and says, Aunt Bets, and she basically almost turns green. She a Skrull? We don't know. But basically Brian's all like, what do you mean my sister's back? Freaking out. And then Rogue and Brian talk, but as soon as Rogue leaves, it looks like Betsy takes care of that and brings him someplace, and it looks like Avalon, and then goes back through the gate, zaps Rogue and says tag, and then fires up the psychic knife and then runs through the gate. Rogue does chase her and then comes back eventually. And when she comes back, she's then met by Captain Britain. However, they start fighting. She's about to get stabbed in the head. And the actual Psylocke shows up. So if you guys have been paying close attention, so what we have here is a situation that Psylocke and Quanon are one person now. Quanon is Psylocke. Betsy Braddock is Captain Britain. Keeping track of this yet? So we now have the person who used to have the body of Psylocke now take the name of Psylocke, but she's not Betsy Braddock. Now we're about to have some good things happen. So this issue was basically kind of like a warm-up because the solicit for next issue shows us something we have wanted to see since basically House of X. When House of X showed them as, two separate people, it was pretty wild. So good stuff. All right, everybody. I need to talk to you. I need to talk to you all very seriously because I realize that there are some things going on where you guys see a market sale and market sales cause things to go absolutely berserk. I'm not suggesting you go out and buy what I'm about to show you, but what I am about to show you is going to blow your mind. Why? Because inside here, my brain works in a very mysterious way where I can retain a whole bunch of dumb stuff like comic books and comic book cards. So I hear there's a lot of buzz going on. What is happening? What is this? Okay. I really got to know what is going on with you guys. You guys know that these cards came with the X-Force #1s, sold millions of copies. So yeah, not every book came with it, but still hundreds of thousands of these exist. So I want to talk to you about something because people are putting rookie card and all sorts of other stuff on this card. And you know what? You want me to play in your game? You want me to play in your wheelhouse? Fine. I'm coming at you and I'm coming with the thunder because you know why? I got something for you. So I'm about to break the internet. And no, I'm not doing it with this sheet of cards right here. But oh my God, that is like a slide of hundreds being printed at the mint, right? So, all right. So you got a question. You have a newsstand X-Force 1 with a Deadpool card. Well, it's cool. It's worth as much as an X-Force #1 newsstand without the card. Really, you're apparently a millionaire, like Blue Green said. Apparently, he's a millionaire because you know what? He might actually be the one who owns this wonderful card set that sold for $49.99. So here, you guys really want me to upset and ruffle some feathers? People who have been putting rookie card on their Deadpool stuff are probably about to have a whole bunch of not as described happen because of something I'm about to drop here. I'm sorry, everybody. If you have sold one of those, I feel really, really bad for you because I'm about to break the internet. So the true rookie card for Deadpool happens to be in the X-Force card set that predates X-Force #1. Came out the summer right before X-Force #1. We had the cover art for X-Force #1, but we did not have the X-Force #1 card yet in hand. Are you guys paying attention? So again, don't go out and buy these on the internet, please. Like let everybody else just do their thing with the comic cards that are grossly overprinted. I really appreciate you guys. I really do. And that's the reason why I want to give you good information. So according to every information I've got, that these cards actually do predate them. And this is before Impel took over. But I know Impel did the one series in the 1990. So those were pretty cool. But anyway, here's my new release picks, everybody. So the Ultra Maximus new release picks of the week, Black Hammer Visions. I probably should have picked it up. I really do like this 1 in 50 helmet variant. I think it's pretty cool looking. Love is a Battlefield, but again, a pretty high buy-in, so not very many stores ordered it. And then again, I want to make sure everybody knows Pay attention to your copies on all these second print DC books, because all the ones that have these pastel colors, I swear to you, up the spine, some of them have an insanely high, long spine break that runs basically the whole way up. So be careful out there. They sent it 1,400 cards. And yes, always with that Cable and Deadpool knowledge, because that's my strong stuff, man. That's from the 90s, man. That's my strong suit. So yeah, I mean, it is insane. And if you have stacks of S4s for number one, so does everybody else. So all those sales, I'm not thinking they're all that legit, but I'm not here to chase after those and detective work on those, but you guys can do the detective work and let me know what you find. Leave me a comment below, but also let me know how you guys fared today on these second prints. Were you able to pick any of them up? Because these were a hot item for sure. People asking for them, people upset that didn't have any. And then of course, Future State number 2, regular cover A was even a good pick. Cover B as well. I left this one on the shelf. I probably should have grabbed it, but I was stupid grabbing other books. Eternals number 2, Jimenez variant. King in Black number 1. And then King in Black number 2. But yes, this I believe was a good pick. And this one I overpaid more than ratio for it. So, but I had a discount card and some other stuff. But anyway, guys, so now we're cooking. So we're coming around to the tail end of the show, and you want to stay tuned again, because I'm going to tell you how to win one of those 2 wonderful Wanted comics, High Republic 2s. So let's get cracking. So you guys ready for the review? Because, oh yeah, we're going to talk about some books that just went through FOC, unless it's a DC book. And in that case, DC FOC is a little bit different. But they were on my FOC list. So I want to share with you guys some things you might want to pay attention to. So Captain Marvel's getting another Marvel action, but this one's, of course, going to feature Spider-Gwen and a Flarkin. So I'll be paying attention to that. Marvel action Captain Marvel. No, that's Star Wars High Republic number 2, second printing. Be on the lookout for that one. Noctera number 1. This is the 75 copy incentive cover by Jock. There is a color variant. I believe that is the B cover for this book. But the 1 in 75, I know how you Jock chasers are. His artwork is definitely something big. And then, yeah, this one's fire. Literally fire. 1 in 25 incentive for Marvel number 6. And for all my Transformers buddies out there, here you go. Transformers Beast Wars number 2, 1 in 10 incentive. This is a Optimus Primal versus Megatron cover. Pretty cool looking if you ask me. Now, the next one, I really want to see some feedback from you guys on this one. So check this out. So this one is the one where it's a 250 copy minimum order from DC in order to be able to get this Joker number 1 Mark Brooks variant. So Joker number 1 Mark Brooks. I really, really wonder what this book is going to do. Is it a 1 in 250 incentive? Is it a 1 in 250 incentive qualifier to where you have to order 250 copies to order? Is it, or you have to order 250 copies every time? So there, it said 250 copy minimum on the description. So I really am wondering what is going on with this book. It's very interesting. But let's take a look at it again, because this is your Joker number 1 Mark Brooks variant. You got that Joker Brooks for like $6. That means, yeah, it's a qualifier. 250 unlocks it. So there you go. People who are doing store variants, of course, are going to be able to unlock that one. So yeah, that's pretty cool. So thank you. Shout out to Patrick in the chat for that one. So it's crazy. I didn't know DC was going to get into doing qualifier variants like that, but apparently they are. So here we have King in Black Gwenom versus Carnage number 3 of 3, the La Fuente variant, rounding off the series. So, ladies and gentlemen, this has been your presser. So what that means is that at this time, I'm going to need you guys to make sure that you have liked the video. Make sure you do share it. Leave me a comment below. Let me know what you liked and what you didn't like here. Let me know how I'm doing too. I'm sure all my colleagues over at Flipside would like to know if you guys are liking the content I'm bringing to the channel and how I can improve. And of course, if you aren't subscribed to Flipside, you're missing out on all of this wonderful content, including the presser that you're watching right here. And of course, I am Ultra Maximus. I do appreciate you guys subscribing to Flipside, and would appreciate anybody giving me a little subscription over at my channel too. I do a wonderful little thing called the Raw Report over there. And of course, here's my IG and my Facebook and my Twitter again, just in case you did miss it the first time. Wink, wink. And of course, don't forget to check me out on Drunken Chat, where I do a variant edition of the Raw Report Speculation Matrix. And be sure to like and subscribe over there. Mr. Eric Hurd, of course, is the guy who helps me out with my graphics. My soundtrack, of course, is provided by White Bat Audio. And let's see. So now we got to talk about this giveaway. I'm going to review the chat a little bit before I sign off out of here. And I appreciate you doing that, man. I really, really appreciate it. Joker spec is very tough. Null spec seems very strong. Marvel versus DC, make mine Marvel. I mean, look, I spec on more Marvel books than I do DC. DC's a lot harder to spec on, but there are some bangers that happen every now and then. So the Brooks is a team variant. It's available at large online stores for $7. So that's really not that bad, but I honestly think that's one of the better covers. There is a Matina Punchline variant too that doesn't have Joker anywhere in the cover. Might be a good one to look at too. Thank you for Haven for Heroes for joining us live. So, all right, here's what I need you guys to do. If you want to win one of those two copies, it's very simple. You're going to go over to IG. You're going to like Wanted Comics. After liking Wanted Comics, you're going to come back to this video right here. And below this video, you're going to leave me a comment letting me know what your favorite Wanted Comics variant is. And if you do that, I will pick all of your names, everybody who replies. And I'm going to do the same thing I did last time. I'm going to take everybody who replies after liking Wanted Comics on IG, coming back over here to the presser video, telling me which of the Wanted Comics exclusive variants is their favorite. And then I'm going to put all your names onto the wheel of names. We're going to spin it. You have until Friday when the Hot 10 goes live to make that happen. So make that happen, guys, because as soon as the Hot 10 goes live, I'm stopping recording people's names, and we won't go any further from there. So two books to give away. So I want to see some of you guys win it, and looking forward to see you guys. Oh, or Flurkin. Seeing. I don't know if it's Flarkin or Flurkin. It's one of the two. All I know is it has tons of tentacles and it eats lots of stuff. But anyway, I ran a little bit long. Was trying to keep it under an hour. Went over by 3 minutes. But I really appreciate you guys tuning into the presser. It means the world to me that you guys want to tune in and see what I've got coming from my mind. And I really appreciate you guys. Thank you again. I will see you next time. As soon as I can get to my outro video, you know we're going to do it. All right, y'all. See you later.